All right, guys. So we have a pretty special and hectic week ahead of us here. A couple unexpected things happen, and I figure it would be cool to express all of these things with you guys and kind of share the experience with you. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. But before I get into it, please, guys, if you haven't already, give me a thumbs up for this video if you've been enjoying this content, and I really appreciate it. Now, anyways, getting into what happened. I made a video working on the power valve of the 250R. If you guys have been watching my videos, I kind of had an inkling that the power valve wasn't fully opening up and just not operating properly. So I did work on the power valve. I have a video on that. And there actually was an issue with the power valve. We got that working well, did some test rides. And in doing this, I did a compression test, and the compression was a little bit lower than what I liked. So I took the head off just to inspect things. And after looking at it, it kind of looks like in the center of the cylinder, it might be slightly out of round. Now, I don't know if that's a product of the motor overheating or whatever. So I called up JST, Justin Sturgill Trucking. You guys are following the series, you probably know who he is.
Panther piss?
For those of you that don't, and a lot of you probably don't even realize this, but Justin was actually a part of the Top Fuel pit crew working on Top Fuel dragsters. So he actually has a ton of knowledge on motors, rebuilding, a lot more knowledge than I do. And we talked over Instagram, used video message. I was showing him the cylinder and whatnot. And we both think that it is just slightly out of round in the middle. Now the motor still had decent compression. It was around like 165 pounds, which is low for this motor. It should have probably between 180 and 200. It's a high compression motor, runs on race fuel. So 165 is kind of low. Now that being said, it was running really well too. I have video of that. It was pulling the wheels off the ground pretty easily and stuff. So we may very well have been able to leave it the way that it was and be just fine, but we're heading out to Little Sahara. That's a 26-hour drive from here, and the last thing I want to do is get out there and have a machine that's not performing to the best that it can, and I would just feel a lot better getting the cylinder rebored. So this is crunch time, man. We're leaving next Tuesday. So it's like a week away, literally. Let me spin you around here. I'll show you what the 250R looks like. So you can see we are back in this condition again. No top end, and it's not even here. I sent it out ASAP. I red labeled it to Justin, which means it should be there by tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. I shipped it out this morning. And the reason I sent it to Justin is because he has a guy that he uses. Like I said, he's been in the industry and he's been working with motors and stuff a lot longer than I have. He's got a guy that he trusts that will make a very good bore on this thing. Any corrections that need to be made if the bore's not straight or anything, that guy's going to be able to take care of it. So I would rather spend the money, red label it over there, and have a guy that I can count on to get the job done. And he should be able to have it done by the weekend, he says. And then I'm just going to go out to Justin's place, which was the plan anyway, because we're meeting at his house before we go out to Oklahoma. And I'll bring the quad, the roller out there, and we'll throw that top end on. And this thing should be good to go for Little Sahara. So in the grand scheme of things, this really isn't that big of a deal. It's just pulling the top end and getting a rebore. But because of the time crunch to get it out to Little Sahara for the 250R meetup, it's kind of making this whole thing like a race to the finish. 1 week is not really that much time when you have to send out parts and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm honestly pretty excited about this. Like I said, it's possible that we could have gone out there and it would have ran just fine, but I would just rather do this, and I think we're going to be able to get it done in time, and it's going to be really fun. So what I'm planning on doing is giving an update video probably every day this week. It's going to be a video like this, just me talking, letting you guys know what's going on. There's too much to be filming and editing and everything, and with the time constraints, so it's just going to be stuff like this. I didn't actually film taking the top end off and everything. I should have the video adjusting the power valve and all. I should be able to get that done this week and have that up for you guys. But I thought that you guys might enjoy kind of coming along with this journey. Because it is exciting, and it's going to be awesome when it all comes together and it's working well out at the Little Sahara Sand Dunes. I'm really looking forward to that. I had like 100 DMs from you guys. I'm really excited to meet a lot of the other 250R guys and just other quad guys in general, dirt bike guys, everybody that's going to be out there. It's going to be an awesome, awesome trip. So if you guys didn't know about that and you are local to Little Sahara, we'll be out there. I believe I'm going to be there from the 1st to the 4th of October. So really looking forward to that trip. Now there is one catch. Unfortunately, ESR does not offer CEO-style pistons in any oversize for the 310, it looks like. So I believe I can switch this over to a traditional style piston. All I need to do is change out the dome and then order a traditional style piston, and obviously I will get it oversized. And I kind of like that idea because that gets me away from specialized parts. The CEO piston is the inverted dish style piston, and it is a specialized part. It's already hard enough to get parts for the 250R. So I know a lot of people were excited about the CEO stuff. I was too. I'd rather just run the traditional style though, and just be safe. So yeah, guys, come along with me on this journey. I'm going to be learning here too, because really what I should have done when I honed out the cylinder, I'm still 100% on the process of honing the cylinder. I think I did all that stuff right, but really what I should have done in doing that was measure the bore at multiple locations, which this is all new territory for me. You know, I'm pretty good with rebuilding motors and whatnot, but I've never actually used a bore gauge, a bore dial gauge, which I'm learning about that now. So I can't really give you any tutorials and stuff like on that because I don't really know too much about it. But Justin knows all about that stuff. I went and watched a bunch of videos and everything. I'm trying to learn about that myself. So the next time we have an issue like this, I'll be able to check all that stuff and make sure that everything's in spec right off the bat. All right, guys, so this is the way everything sits. I just sent out my cylinder to JST. The machine shop is right down the street from where he lives, so he's just going to drive it there. It should be there first around 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow I'm going to have an update for you guys, and we'll see if his builder is able to repair the cylinder, and we'll take it from there. In the meantime, I'm making sure that the 250R is ready to rock and roll. It pretty much is. I'm cleaning all the gasket material off of everything. I have all of the pieces boxed up, bagged up, all the bolts together and whatnot. I'm sorry, guys. The neighbors just started mowing the lawn. But I want to make sure that everything's ready to rock and roll, so when we get out to JST's place, we'll be able to throw that top end on in no time, and we should be good to go. Hang on, guys. I'm going to push this thing in because there's like grass flying around, and I don't want it getting in the bottom end of the 250R. I don't know what the fuck these guys hit, but there is like grass debris flying all over the place. Yeah, so that's going to be it for this one, guys. I will let you know about the top quad stuff. All of the parts are here for the top quad, so I am planning to do that this week. I'm hoping that I'll get the motor at least together this week. You know, I can't really do anything with the 250R as far as work goes because I sent that out to JST. His guy's got to do his thing, and I just kind of got to wait and see how what's going to happen with that. So I'm hoping to get the top quad stuff started this week, and that's kind of a farce too. The exhaust I sent to DBC Racing to be stripped and powder coated because it was in horrible shape, and it's lost in the mail. USPS has no idea where it is. It's impossible to get in touch with those guys. Apparently, there's USPS delays all across the country right now. When I was shipping things on eBay, I got a warning that said to ship things with a different service and not to use USPS because they're experiencing delays like all across the board, which is super annoying. So we might have to buy a slip-on muffler for the top quad. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'm not too worried about that. All the motor parts and stuff are here. I got my fifth gear, which was cracked, and everything is looking really good. I'm super excited about that project. And then also this week, I promised a buddy of mine that I would edit a wedding video for him. So this is just gonna be a hell of a week, a lot of crunch time, and I wanna get the video adjusting the power valve out for you guys also. So that's gonna be all for this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content, and consider subscribing if you wanna follow along with this journey. Plus, we're gonna be getting a lot of really cool footage out at Little Sahara. Pete Hager's gonna be out there, so we're planning to get some pretty cool videos of finally seeing the 250R in action. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.